Hello, and welcome to my full show watch along of WWE No Mercy. No. Let's try again. It's right on the screen. Hello, and welcome to my full show watch along of WWE No Way Out 2004. Today is the 20-year anniversary of that show. And, yeah, figured what better way to celebrate than with another watch-along. Now, fair warning for you guys, I'm not going to be showing the show here on YouTube, because copyright law exists. That's a thing that exists in the real world, guys. So, yeah, you will need to fire up your own version of the WWE Network, or Peacock, or whatever your international equivalent is, and, yeah, just find the No Way Out 2004 pay-per-view, pause it at 0000, and yeah, get ready to synchronize pressing play with me. So yeah, pause this video, go do that, because the next thing I'm going to do is the countdown and click play. Alright, I'm going to assume people have done that, because I'm pausable, so pause me. So the next thing I'm going to do is a countdown. I'm going to do 3, 2, 1, then click. I'm going to try and click the button close to the microphone so you can hear it, but I'm also going to try and include the first 5 seconds or so of the show so that you can make sure you're synchronized with me. Okay, so here we go. Get ready to click. Click play in 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we go. We've clicked it, and we're starting with Sable, apparently. Oh my, says Michael Cole. Oh, it's Sable and Tori Wilson. I think they had to pay both of them, actually, Taz. I don't think it's 2 for the price of 1. I think both of them are being paid separately for their appearance tonight. I think that's how contracts work. Okay, objectively, I really like that cover. I think it's a really good... I think it's really cool to do, like, the same cover, but with the 2 people swapped. I think that's actually quite a cool concept. Oh, I'm so glad we're starting a pay-per-view with a promo. That guy just like, oh no, the camera just looked at me. The wife's gonna see this. Okay, yeah, we get it. A load of innuendo. We get it. There probably is. Wow, that was so, yeah, you're right. That is how to kick off a pay-per-view. These mugs these days kicking things off with a really good match. They're missing the trick. What they should do is have a really pointless promo that's literally just hi in a promo. Camera guys are like, Kevin Dunn in the truck was like, that's quite enough of Hugo Savinovich. Get Tori Wilson and Sable back on the screen. Like, so here's the thing. Okay, let's watch this actually. Bosh. I love that. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I recall this match being really good. Who knows if I'm remembering accurately, but I do recall this match being really good. Why is it, like, weirdly framed, like, tiny frame that's slowly expanding to be full screen? Interesting, stylistic choice, I guess. Issy. No Way Out. So they did the Sable and Tori thing, then the cold open, and now we're doing the introduction. That's an interesting way to do it. Anyway, what I was going to say is, like, are Tori Wilson and Sable attractive? I mean, that's a subjective thing. I don't have a problem with seeing Tori Wilson, especially on my screen. I'll just say that. But the whole concept of, like, having Sable and Tori come out just to cut a mildly flirtatious promo and then go to the back is very strange to me, because if I was looking for some form of entertainment where I could look at some attractive women, then don't get me wrong, there's attractive women in wrestling, there always has been, but that's not where I'm going for that. There are more efficient ways to find that sort of entertainment, shall we say. So yeah, weird. It's always been weird to me, the whole people who just watch wrestling for to perv on the women. Like, yes, some of the women are very attractive. Like, I'm not denying that. But it's just strange if that's the only reason you watch wrestling. And it sort of suggests that might be some people's only reason, and they're fine with it. If that's how they're opening the show. It's like, realistically, I watch a wrestling show for the wrestling, and maybe the attractive women are a nice little bonus, don't get me wrong. But I watch it for the wrestling, and I'm so glad nowadays that, like, women's wrestling is more of a thing. Like, you know, it's actually a serious thing. Because, like, are some of them still hella attractive? Yeah. Is that what they bring to the table? No. They bring more to the table than that. They are actually valued as performers and wrestlers, and I think that's amazing. Just like some of the men are really attractive. Like, I'm sure there's women out there, and anyone who just prefers men in general, like gay men, bisexuals, whatever, that watch wrestling and see some of the guys that come out and are like, whoa, look at that. I do that with Drew McIntyre, and I'm straight. Like, so, you know, it's perfectly valid to find people on the show attractive, just as long as that's not basically the only value you feel they're bringing to the show. Which is kind of how the women were treated still up until this point. Like, look at what just happened. That said, they've got Shaniqua in there, who is bringing, like, intimidation and what have you. Is she going to be wrestling? Is this a 3-on-2? Yeah, it looks like this is 3-on-2. Is it for the tag titles, but it's 3-on-2? Interesting. So, like, you know, I'm glad they're bringing some female wrestling in, but I'm not under the impression that 2004 was a peak for women's wrestling in WWE or anything like that. So, not expecting too much on the show to be really showcasing the women in a positive professional wrestling light. However, fun to see Scotty 2 Hotty and Rikishi as the tag champs. Oh, the Jersey Triad as well. You can mention, and now you own WCW. Or was it the New Jersey Triad? Oof, careful with your neck there, Scotty. Scotty skinning the cat. Go on then, mate. Oh! Oh, that wasn't the best head scissors takedown I've ever seen in terms of how it must have felt for the person receiving it. Or in terms of it looking pretty. Like, yeah, that was a bit of a sketchy one. Oh. Yeah, get out of there for a bit, Danny. Stretch your neck out. Can tell the difference between Doug and Danny now after that head scissors. Danny's 3 inches shorter than Doug. Oh, this is what I do. I sit on you. Almost. The big quiche. I know he's saying like K-I-S-H as in the middle syllable of Rikishi. But to me, I hear quiche and picture a quiche. Yeet. Yeet. Oh. In you come. So yesterday we did a watch along of WWF St. Valentine's Day Massacre 1999, and there was way too much crowd popping for man-on-woman violence during the DX Corporation match. Same here, nothing's changed in 5 years apparently. Way too into Rikishi attacking a woman, basically unprovoked. Yes, she's... That was funny, I like that spot. Headbutt Rikishi, then get punch drunk from it. But yeah, like, yes, she's an opponent in the match, but was she actually actively doing anything to Rikishi there? Nope. Doug Basham's head's having a bad time in this match. I don't really remember much about Shaniqua. Like obviously I vaguely recall this partnership with the Bashams. Did she go on to do anything else, or did she just kind of fade into obscurity? I might do a quick goggle. Fresh as a daisy. Oh, nice. Shaniqua. Linda Miles, her name was, apparently. Born 1978. That makes her, what, 45? Yeah, August 1978 now. She co-won the second season of Tough Enough with Jackie Gator. Okay, so that's where she came from. She's a basketball player. So what happened? Oh! This was her last televised appearance with WWE, and then she was sent to OVW, and then released in November. Oh! We're watching history here, guys. Like, I was just asking whatever happened to Shaniqua. This is whatever happened to Shaniqua. She retired in 2005. Wow. Currently works as a college basketball referee. Okay, so she's gone back to basketball. I assume she's quite happy in that capacity, it would seem, as she started in basketball. It's clearly a passion of hers. So, yeah. Good for her. Good for you, Linda Miles. Anyway, yes, while I've been searching that, we've just been having a whole boatload of heel team double teaming the smaller babyface, as is traditional. Crowd trying to get behind Scotty. Oh. Here comes Rikishi. You're all going to hell is a sign in the crowd. Cleaning the house. He's not cleaning house. He's just like in the wrestling context, he's actually just got a little maid outfit on and a feather duster. Oof. Just got it to it. He just shinned one of the Bashrooms. And the other. So, sorry for spoiling the result, by the way. I think it's fairly obvious who wins this match by the fact that this is Shanika's last match. However, oh my, okay. The facial expression there was on point. Like, she genuinely looked like she couldn't believe she hadn't won there. Well done. But, yeah, what was I about to say? Yeah, I feel like when the event is 20 years old, if you still don't know the results, you know, I don't quite know what to tell you. Wow. I'm a bit concerned my network has gone potato quality at the moment. I'm really worried we're going to get some buffering. Really hope not. Oh, this is what I do. I sit on you. Referee tells her this is supposed to be the finish. Move your arms from under the ropes. And then counts it. Something fell. Kathy, I am an anarchist. Weird signs. Michael Cole just ignoring Taz completely there. Okay, not a terrible starter. Pretty standard tag team fare, but not bad. Not bad, not bad. Shaniqua. Rikishi's been trying to sit on this woman for weeks. Imagine getting given a ringside seat and then just not showing up. Oh, wow. It's quite offensive as a stereotype, but whoa. Well, look at you. Fun fact, seeing as we just talked about Shaniqua retiring, Nydia was actually Shaniqua's final match outside of WWE. I think it was in like an event in Mexico, I think the Wikipedia article said. It's a good reveal. Blindfolded that remix though. But that's not wood. Looks looks like a horse took a poo in there. So let me just get this right. So far, we've had Sable and Tori Wilson, who were clearly very popular, if not the most gifted wrestlers of all time. I think that's maybe fair to say. Then we've had Shaniqua, who was physically imposing, very impressive, maybe not the greatest wrestler of all time. But so far we've had a promo from the first two, and then a mixed gender match with Shaniqua in. Now we've got Nydia, who seems to be doing fine, but is in a mixed gender match. WWE had the makings of, like, get a couple of, like, real experienced women in to, like, guide the slightly green women, and you've got the makings of a good women's division here, to be honest. Like, you know, potentially. But instead, we've got little black dress innuendo promos and then two mixed gender matches. Which, by the way, I'm not against intergender wrestling. Wrestling's fake, guys. It's like, anyone that says, oh, it's encouraging domestic violence, no, it's a fair... It's presented as a fair fight, a competitive environment that both or all people have agreed to be in. So, if this is encouraging domestic violence, then wrestling in general is just encouraging violence as the answer to all your problems in general, and is all problematic for me. So, we just ignore that, right? It's fake, it's predetermined, it's like having a mixed gender fight scene in a movie, which happens all the time, by the way. Or in a TV series, like an action TV series. Oh, it happens all the time. I like that, going out of the ring, so there's no chance he even accidentally finds you. That's good strategy. She's getting back in too early, though. Got him. To be fair, I fancy Nydia's chances without him being blindfolded. The way Jamie like, don't get me wrong, James Gibson, that was his name, right? In Ring of Honor and everywhere else. He's like a former Ring of Honor world champion. But the way Jamie Noble is presented in WWE doesn't seem like the sort of guy who Nydia might not beat. This isn't Nydia versus The Undertaker. Uh-oh. For God's sake. Do an actual move. There we go. Actually hurt the man. Instead of kicking him in the bum and pulling his pants down. Why are his shorts undone? Why is he like wearing shorts that either don't fit? Well, it was either why is he wearing shorts that don't fit or why are they undone? Like, she didn't sneakily undo them. So how did she manage to pull them down? Yeah, there you go. Button your shorts up, my dude. Alright, Nikki Bella. It's a little funny. Why is she kicking him in the bum? Schoolboy. It's not quite a wrestling schoolboy, that Taz. Like, where's the bulldog again? And I'm sure she probably knows at least one other wrestling move. Here we go. Oh, yeah, no, that... Not a good choice for strategy. Should have DDT'd him or something. It's an interesting concept for a horror movie. Oh my god. The horror movie, like, the blind... Like, they can't get out, but the villain, the monster is blind. So they have to, like, avoid him getting hands on them or making too much noise. Let me know if there's any horror movies like that. I'd probably watch it. Guillotine. It's not a sleeper, Taz. You should know better. Weird, like, obviously it does... well, it's a blindfold match. It doesn't do Jamie Noble any harm to actually lose there, because he can't see. But, like a one-sided blindfold match. But it feels a bit like... I don't know if the story continues or something, but it feels like he just doesn't get his comeuppance there. And for what purpose? It's not like they were pushing him into the world title scene or anything. Could probably have just had Jamie Noble lose there. I don't remember that match. I imagine it might be fun, but I don't remember it. Oof. Kurt. Wow, that's a hell of a turtleneck, Josh Matthews. Oh. Oh, and they're off. I would argue John Cena came to blows with Kurt Angle first. It's an interesting scenario coming into the show, because you had the WWE title match and the number one contender match. So you had like, what, 6 possible WWE title matches for WrestleMania? Because obviously you had Brock versus Kurt, Brock versus Cena, or Brock versus Big Show, and then you had Eddie versus Cena, Eddie versus Angle, Eddie versus Big Show. So I'm guessing this is World's Greatest Tag Team versus the Acolytes. Bum 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 bum. Was that sign blurred out for no reason, or was it just like damaged, like they'd carried it in rain or something and it had run? So when exactly did Bradshaw cut his hair? Okay, let's find the answer to that while we watch this match. So they never explained why he looked so different. He Bradshaw just resurfaced apparently in 2003 with his clean cut look. Interesting. Like, no, you'd think they'd have done the turn immediately, but no, he kept being part of the APA, but just looking like JBL for like months. Oof. Yeah, I used to really enjoy the Acolytes slash the APA. I think one of the underrated highlights of the Attitude Era was the APA skits. And like the whole gimmick when they would just literally just they would just attack anyone for money. I thought it was quite fun. And they used to have like the office set up in the locker room, and people had to go through the door, even though it wasn't connected to any walls. It was just a standalone door. Like, just funny, good little bits, honestly. Like, I think they'd lost a lot of that magic by this point. Like, I don't believe they were still doing those skits. They were just another tag team by this point. But still. Farouk's voice is unreal, isn't it? It's so deep. It was a bit awkward looking, like he almost didn't know what to do there, and Farouk was trying to make sure he did the right thing. Oofed. Was anyone doubting there was a tag? So, are these guys still like a team with Kurt Angle? Because it seems they're the heels in this match. Kurt Angle seems to be a face? Question mark? Maybe Kurt's heel. Heel Kurt and face Kurt in this era wasn't too dramatically different. What? We just had a tag. What? Wrong arm. That's what sellout means, Taz. Scoop and a slam. Sit down. There it is. Bosh! Big Bradshaw. That'd be his official name nowadays, like Big Bronson Reed. Can't just casually call someone big, it has to become like part of the name. Oof. Oofed. Hassamania running wild. I assume the world's greatest tag team are going to win this one. Oh, there it goes. Uh-oh, big fall-away slam. He called it the last call, did he? Oh, he hurt his arm. Yep, there it is. Like, just knowing what I know about, like, the fact that the APA split up sometime in the near-ish future, and, you know, are the older team anyway, it just makes sense to put over Haas and Benjamin. A, it helps them tell the story of the APA not being what they used to be, and B, it, you know, puts over some younger tag teams on the way to breaking up their tag team. Just makes good sense. Oh boy, wait for the next year or two. He has some rough matches. He's got a ticket. Such a weird, like it was so well built, and then it came out that both guys were leaving, and the fans just turned on it hardcore. But it was actually a really well built little feud. This Lesnar Goldberg feud. And the older guys, when they both came back, rerunning it was way better, just because the fans didn't turn on it. I think you can tell the difference, you know, Paul. It's pretty obvious. There's that kid dressed like a turnbuckle. Has anyone ever had more generic music than Paul Heyman's GM music? Good grief. Huh. Why does it look like he's crying? Works just as well. What? What did he do? No toilet breaks for you, Goldberg. Is that a you tapped out chant? Oh. Who'd he tap out to? Brock's kind of playing this smart, to be honest. He knows what Goldberg's going to do. And he's trying to prevent it. Bring back X-Pac sign. Oh. I don't remember this bit of the show happening. Alright, he's finally took his hat off. Pretty good looking jackhammer, that one. Heyman. Oh my god, Heyman. I would argue Lesnar went for Goldberg first, but yeah, Goldberg shouldn't have been in the ring, so yeah. Would have been a good detail for Heyman to demand they don't play his music. Even Michael Cole siding with Lesnar and Heyman here because the brand warfare is so important. Everyone cared so much about it. Now, now what's Hardcore Holly doing here? Get out of here, Hardcore Holly. This isn't your pay-per-view. It's one way to transition into the match. Hardcore Holly's just aggressive. Began 3 nights ago. Great build. Oh, okay. It's just a straight up rematch. Yeah, start the match super heated with a brawl on the ramp, and then let's take it in the ring and do some headlocks. This has been a decent first hour of a show, to be honest. Like, I still think the pacing is better nowadays when they start with something super hot. And to be honest, everything on a pay-per-view is usually quite a hot match nowadays. It's quite rare that there's a dud. And I much prefer that. But given that it's 20 years ago and they still used to build from slow to, like, what's the word I want? Crescendo at the end of the show. Most of the time they managed to get that pacing about right, and I think this has been a decent show so far. Like, I don't massively care about Hardcore Holly and Rhino, but I guess it's fine. It's a fine SmackDown match that's randomly just on the pay-per-view instead. But this is the thing with this, like, people miss the era where they had, like, the split brand events and stuff. But you got some real throwaway matches because they only had half a roster to work with. Which is like the limitation on the weekly shows, but on the pay-per-views, I think everything should be built into like a big crescendo of a show. Like, this match doesn't happen if this is a joint branded pay-per-view. If there's a World Heavyweight Championship match. It doesn't happen on this show anyway. It might happen on the next SmackDown or something, the rematch. Oh, we're back to potato vision. Hopefully we don't get any buffering, any lagging. It's a pain to edit if you do. Well, not if you do, if I do. If you do, it's your job to catch up. Wow, did Taz just get yelled at in his headset to change his opinion or something? It was definitely building to, oh yeah, I think Eddie Guerrero's now got a chance. And then suddenly just pivoted to, no, he's got no chance. Because Lesnar's angry. Yeah, pervert Cole. Can't pinpoint the whole abdominal region. Pinpoint means extremely accurate and specific. Whole abdominal region is quite a wide area. Make your choice, Taz. Which one is it? Yeah, I feel like what I was saying before about how the pay-per-views have changed. Now, when I'm watching a current show, I don't get the sensation at any point during the show that I'm kind of waiting for the main event stuff to kick in. But a lot of these revisit watch-alongs from like 20, 25, 30 years ago, I do really get that feeling that like the events are basically sold on the strength of one, maybe two matches. And then the rest is just like, oh, well, I suppose we'd best make the show about 3 hours or 2.5 as this one is. Like, you know, it is literally just filler. Correct, the abdomen is the middle of your body. Dr. Taz over here. But yeah, like, I just feel, I always get, I don't know if you guys agree, but I don't remember the last time I got that sensation during a premium live event or an AEW pay-per-view or anything like that, where you just kind of like, okay, can we just get past this bit? Because this bit is of little value. Certainly not as often. Most of the time when I do these anniversary watch-alongs nowadays, I find myself waiting at some point for them to get to the point of the show. Why are we throwing to the Spanish announce team again? That's strange. That's strange. I don't think I've ever seen a show where they've thrown to the Spanish announce team twice in the same show. I sometimes wonder, because, like, so when I watch New Japan, I'm watching with English commentary, which is not the sort of the canonical commentary, and they have a bit of fun, but they still tell, like, stories that, you know, I assume are somewhat similar to what the actual product is trying to tell, you know, most of the time. But I sometimes wonder what experience, like, Spanish-speaking WWE fans get from the Spanish announce team. Like, what is their announcing style, for example? Like, you know, because everyone has, like, a style, and it's about mixing the styles. Like, that's why I think Michael Cole and Taz worked really well in this era. I think their styles meshed quite nicely. But yeah, like, is Hugo Savinovich the play-by-play or the colour? Is he face or heel? Is he sympathetic or, you know, pretty ruthless? Like, you know, like, I just don't have a clue what they're like. I've seen these guys be introduced for decades at this point, and I still don't really know anything about the job they do. Reverse DDT by Hardcore Holly. If anyone's ever actually watched the show with the Spanish commentary and understands Spanish, you know, has known what was going on, I'd love to hear from you. I'm curious, to be honest. But I'm not curious enough to learn Spanish. Seems a bit far. Seems like a bit of a big endeavour to undertake just to find out what the announce team are saying when I understand the English announce team. Oh, having a poo. We just going clean? Oh no, no, Hardcore's gonna roll out. Go away with your radio station signs. I've ranted before on previous watch-alongs about fans that try to make the show about them. It's not about you. No one has bought this show to see what the fans do. No one has bought a ticket to see what the other fans do. It's not about you. Go away. Sit down and enjoy the show. Jump up out your seat when something exciting happens. Chant stuff that's relevant. You know, yeah. But don't try and make it about you. So annoying. Like, on an individual basis, I understand the value of, like, fans hijacking. Look at the current Cody Rock situation. Look at the Daniel Bryan situation 10 years ago. Got him with the Alabama Slammer. Like, I understand the merits of that. As a united front, the fans hijacking a show to express general displeasure at the direction the company's taking. But when one person's just like, hey, I'm going to use this time when I know the hard comes on to promote my radio station. No, go away. Well, glad we established who's better between those two. I'm sure that'll be very valuable going forwards. Maybe they took Goldberg to Alcatraz. Yeah, I'm sure. Sure they did. Who's that guy? I know who Chavo Sr. is. Who's that? I don't remember that guy at all. Who is that guy? Guerrero. Let's have a look at this review, see if they mention who it is. Just trying to find this match. What the hell was that? Rey Mysterio had a music video? With boxer Jorge Paez. Okay. Who is that guy? The Thick Plottons. Mexican actor and circus performer. And former professional boxer. Wow. Man of many talents, it would seem. He held the WBO and IBF featherweight titles. He was a circus performer first, then started boxing. And his kids, one's a welterweight prospect and one's the WBC Youth Intercontinental Welterweight Champion. Wow. "98 fights, 79 wins, 14 losses. Oh. Undertaker, eh? In 28 days... Oh, there's Kane. The dead will rise. Yes, because, of course, this is after the American Badass Undertaker was buried alive by Vince McMahon and Kane. And then they're bringing back the traditional dead man Undertaker. Calculations, like you didn't know that. I don't know any of these names that this guy's beaten. Oh, Oscar De La... Oh, no, he lost to Oscar De La Hoya. Never mind. Nice trunks. Purple bias showing through. Tell you what, though, he won his last, like, 8 fights and was undefeated for his last, like, nearly 20. Like, 17, 18 fights. Anyway, that's enough about this boxer guy. Just curious who it was, because I didn't recognise him at all. I was like, who's that guy? Turns out I don't need to recognise him, because he's not a wrestling guy. And I'm not a boxing guy, so there you go. Who's that jumping out the sky? R.E.Y. Mysterio. Here we go. Love this music. I know you love that entrance. I know why they stopped, but I love that. Look at that orange blazer and orange shirt combo. His longtime friend, eh? What do you reckon? Do you reckon they ever met each other before WWE did a deal with Jorge Paez to do this match? He's the last man to fight 15 rounds. Whatever. In any weight class anywhere in the world. That's quite the unsubstantiatable claim. Unsubstantiable claim. How do you say that? Anyway, yeah, I'm expecting this to be a lot of fun, this match. Rey Mysterio, Chavo Guerrero. Sign me up every time. I don't think he was. I think he was threatening the boxer man. I mean, I hate to play devil's advocate a little bit here, but there's not a whole lot of wrestlers in the history of Lucha Libre who have lost their mask in a match and then just started wearing it again. I'm just saying. I do think it was a mistake to unmask Rey Mysterio, and it wasn't WWE's mistake, so I sort of get it, but there's a reason that doesn't really happen, right? That is considered a bit disrespectful. In fact, is there a list luchadors who got their mask back? Okay, hang on. Reading something here. In 2002, Rey Mysterio Jr. received special permission from the official Lucha Libre Commission to wear his mask again. They take this stuff so seriously in Mexico, I love it. Vince would not allow Rey to debut in WWE without his mask. Vince insisted he wear his mask again, so Rey had to ask for permission as he had lost it in WCW. Granted him permission to wear his mask again as he had not lost his mask in a traditional mask versus mask match. Yeah, Juventud did start wearing his mask again, I know that. Psychosis had to lose his mask in WCW after losing a mask versus mask match against Rey Mysterio Jr. See, I remember unmasked Psychosis in WWE. I don't remember that in WCW at all. Anyway, seems I'm a bit down a rabbit hole now. But I never knew he had to go back to like I didn't know there was a Lucha Libre commission at all. Like, so do they oversee like AAA and CMLL and all the other promotions? Because I know those two promotions do not get along at all. So is there like an overseeing commission that keeps them both in check? Because I don't think America ever really had that, right? Like, I don't think WCW and WWF ever both answered to the same people above them. Not that I know of. But yeah, I had a feeling it'd be a Vince decision, and it's probably a money thing, to be honest. Like, I imagine the Rey Mysterio masks sold one of the highest selling items ever. So someone mentioned that in the Reddit post I just found, and yeah, wholeheartedly agree. Anyway, let's focus on this match. Nope, failed. Oh, and he's on the ropes. Dial it up. Bosh to the face. Fighters, mind your business. He winds up the right and then drops him with the left. Look at Chavo Sr. committing to it. Oh, and the referee's sending him out. Send him to the back because his barber missed a bit when he shaved his head. It's helping him out. He's got the hair that's missing off the referee, and vice versa. Okay, no, actually, there's a bit too much missing off the referee. Never mind. Yeah, he's so concerned. Yeah, I was going to say he's probably injured his knee for the 7 millionth time. Oh, the kick out. I felt like that could be the finish. Like, he's already hit a 619, and then he dropped the dime. Yeah, it wasn't back-to-back, but I thought that might have been a finish. So, fair enough. Good false finish. I kind of believed it. I don't even know who wins this match, but I believe that could have been the finish. The way it should be, cruiserweight style, says the man advocating for his show with Brock Lesnar as the current champion. Was he still using the Tornado DDT as his finish at this point? I think he only really adopted the Frog Splash after Eddie died, right? I don't think Chavo had that much success in WWE that it was ever too apparent what his finisher was. It was a gutbuster. It wasn't his back at all. It was the opposite of his back. It was his front, Taz. Tazstopher. I will use your Sunday name as you made such a glaring mistake. I like that detail, holding the arm up above the head. Oh. 2. Is it the Cow Palace, like the animal that goes moo? Is that what its name is? I've never really fully known, I don't think. Something a bit janky about this bit of the match, right? I'm wondering if, like, one of them's actually a little hurt. Like, someone's got a bad knee, I feel. Or they could have a bad... Yeah, they could genuinely have bad ribs as well, depending on if that spot didn't go great. Yeah, he was very delicate about how he got on there. Oof. Oh, turned him round. Surely, like... If it was a legit injury, they'd be a little bit less keen to focus on it. Especially with, like, big, risky moves like that. Don't know, maybe Ray's just doing really well at selling it. Something feels a little off, though, about, like, little sections of this match that don't feel like they've gone well. And that's not what I expect from these two. So I feel like someone's knee or Ray's ribs, or some combination of those potential three, like 2 or 3 of them could be bad. But something's slightly amiss, right? But there's something just a little off about the match. I can't quite put my finger on it. Most of it's really good. There's just been a few bits that have felt a bit like these two would do that much better usually under normal circumstances. My money's on it being that press slam into the gutbuster, either hurt Chavo's knee, Ray's ribs, or both. But there's a chance that that press slam, that cross-body block, sorry, to the outside hurt Ray's knee as well. Yeah, there he goes, back to the knee real quick as well. Like, not in a selling kind of way, just a checking on himself kind of way. Oh. Is Chavo Sr. still down and out, by the way? What happened to him? I haven't seen him in ages. Has he just, like, gone to the back? Or is he just still lying on the floor? I mean, fair play committing to the bit if he's still just lying on the floor at ringside. That'd be pretty funny. The stroke. Oh. That was kind of fun. I like that. Go through the legs and then up kick. No. I really like that execution of the DDT as well. So many wrestlers bounce themselves back first off the apron for no good reason when you can just drop off the apron and have the same effect. Like, yeah, watch this. Watch the difference between cracking your own back off the apron and just doing that. What's the difference in terms of what happens to Chavo? Nothing. What's the difference in terms of what happens to you? A lot less pain. Like, it just seems smart. So, well done, Ray. Legally obliged to let you know that's the hardest part of the ring, by the way, the apron, where Chavo got DDT'd. This match feels like it's gone on a while. They've been given some time here. God, we're only just over halfway through the show as well. What's left to happen on this show? I know, obviously, the main event. What else is left? Oof. Didn't really get a lot of distance, did he? Oh, that's a good rope break. My goodness. Like, fair play. Landed in exactly the right place. Oof. Very nice. High impact move. Scoop. Nope. Hup. Hurricane Rana. Ropes. Boom. I think this might be it now. Is this the end of the match? Oh. Oh my god. Not the end of the match. Wow. Didn't even need the false, the near fall, the false finish. Still just absolutely flummoxed me. Although, how is Chavo so fine to do a half crab after a 619 and the seated senton actually connected? Cool spot though, nonetheless. Despite this slight lack of logic. Why is that allowed sometimes but not others? Sometimes when someone reaches the rope, they just drag them away and the referee allows the submission to continue. I genuinely thought that was the end of the match. Oh, there's Chavo. So was he genuinely just lying down at ringside after that punch the entire time? Because that's really funny if he was. Fair enough. Good match. Like I say, a couple of little janky bits, but you can't hold that against them if there's been like a semi-legit, like, not semi-legit, a legit injury. Like maybe not a time-off injury, but you know, like something that knocks you off your stride for a bit in the match because something's hurting that more than it should be. But yeah, overall, good match. I can't believe Chavo Sr. was laid down after that punch for like, it's probably about 10 minutes at least. Got to see what Rey Mysterio would look like as a plumber as well. You can't believe it. Hello! Fuller doesn't even know what they're filming for. There's a monkey on your back right now as well, mate. It's like, woo, 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 picking the bugs out of Chavo's back hair and eating them. Guerrero. Oh, of course, the triple threat. Oh, so it's probably just 2 matches and done, right? John Cena's the shortest of the 3. No way. PhD in Thugonomics. No career highlights then, is what you're telling me. I bet there has been. I bet, like, you know Brock Lesnar's right there, right? And he's still on his initial run where he had a very dominant first year made up of very dominant months. Now, is this you suck because he's a heel, or you suck because we like chanting at you because you're a face? By the way, are they using Comic Sans as the wrestler name font for this event? That's really funny. On the way to WrestleMania, that well-known expression. Right, while they're making their entrances, I've just realised I've left my drink in the other room and it's been like over an hour and I'm thirsty. So I'm going to leave it playing so you don't have to worry about timing. But I will be right back. Enjoy the entrances. Excuse all that noise. Just nearly fell over my chair. Trying to avoid bumping my microphone. Made more noise than I would have done if I'd have just bumped it. Okay, we're back. Because the US Championship is worthless. So instead of defending his title, he's going to try and win a better one. Oh, we're going to get a Cena rap. It's definitely Comic Sans, isn't it, that font? That a Jenny Gargano hat? Well. I want to... unpopular opinion. Maybe. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. I don't think John Cena was ever any good at the actual rapping. It was just funny promos with a very slight rhythm to it, but it wasn't like amazing freestyle rapping or anything. Like, Max Caster is a much better rapper than John Cena ever was, for starters, as someone with a similar gimmick. And, yeah, I can't remember. I remember being entertained, but I can't remember ever being like, oh my god, actual rhythm and stuff, like, coming from John Cena's rap. I love that Cena's just watching these two for the starting, though. For starters. No, Kurt Angle's like, you go at him, Cena. Taz really doesn't like the word manhandling, does he? Nope. Nuh-uh. Bad Kurt. I'm looking forward to this. I feel like this could be a good match. Ooh. Like, Kurt Angle basically can't have a bad match, or at least this era of Kurt Angle really couldn't. Like, John Cena, I think people sleep on. He's actually quite a good wrestler. Unconventional, but decent, and good at the storytelling aspect. And Big Show is a good storytelling device in there, and carries his part of said story, said David versus Goliath story, well, in generally speaking. So I'm really looking forward to like this match. I think it could be really good. Getting to the business end of the show now, this is where WWE comes into its own. I've talked many times over how WWE's reputation was always weak undercard, strong main event or main events, and I think they're still kind of in that trap here. Nowadays, not at all. I don't believe that anymore. I think they start shows off strong. Most of the matches throughout the show are quite strong, and the main event is strong. Like, you know, I don't think they have that issue anymore. But yeah, back then it still seems like it was kind of a thing, especially on these split brand pay-per-views where you've got to have some filler because you just don't have enough guys on your roster that people really care about. That's why you had Hardcore Holly versus Rhino on a pay-per-view. Nope. He's trying to do something to Big Show. Why did they need a ref bump for that low blow? There's no DQ in a triple threat match. There's no disqualifications in a triple threat match. I thought Angle was trying to get Cena to work with him and take out Big Show. Apparently not. Cena never really was a big tan guy, was he? Like, he's paler now, but never was a tan guy. It's a weak chop angle. We these days we expect it to sound like someone hitting jelly with a baseball bat. Oh, we're disappointed. I don't know why that was the analogy. Multiple German suplexes. Has Kurt Angle main evented WrestleMania at this point? Yeah, he main evented 2003, right? Was that the only one, I believe? Is that the only one Kurt main evented full stop? I don't remember any others off the top of my head. He always had like featured matches, but actual main events, was it just 19? All WrestleMania main events. Lesnar Angle. Yep. Never again. Only one time main event in WrestleMania. That's wild. Referee's counting. What's he going to do? Disqualify him? Why can't he? Wow, Austin only main evented 3 WrestleManias. Sorry, I'm caught up on the list of who main evented how many WrestleManias now. That's wild. Only ever main evented 3. That's crazy. Same for The Rock. Oh no, 4 because he did 28. Oh, 5 because he did 29 as well. I forgot they were back-to-back main events. Oh, this list only goes up to 35. That's helpful. Big Show has main evented as many WrestleManias as Kurt Angle. That's wild. Cena only main evented 5. That's kind of wild too. I guess being in the era where there was 2 world champions makes you less likely to main event, even if you are in a main event level match. Anyway, oh, nice missile dropkick. Got him. Comfortably. On a bad knee, apparently. If he can capitalize. Big Show almost failed the rope break. With the legs his length, somehow still managed to miss the rope. Oh, bye, Felicia. Yeah, pin his shoulders to the mat. Or make him submit. I'm confused by the whole rope breaks, the apparent disqualifications that can happen. Like, how does that work mechanically? So, say if the referee hadn't have bumped and he'd have seen Kurt Angle low blow the Big Show, referee could have disqualified Angle. Who wins? Big Show? Because he was the victim of the disqualifiable offense? It makes no sense to have DQs in multi-man matches, because what happens to Cena there? He just loses because Angle hit Big Show in the ghoulies. Oh, Angle looks like he's bleeding. Like, down the right side of his face. Or is it just like weird lighting plus a lot of sweat? Feel like it looks like blood, but maybe I'm wrong. They haven't mentioned that he's bleeding yet. Oh. Smacked him in the knee. Rude. I mean, if he was able to do that, he should have let Cena FU Angle and then take him out and then pin Angle. That's smarter, right? Oh. Angle's medal's just in the corner of the ring there. Oh, fair play, Big Show. That's a big bump for that bigger boy. My goodness. Yeah, I was about to say, I do know that Angle is one of the very few men to make Cena submit ever. Is it this match? And yes, it was. I think that's the last time John Cena ever tapped, if I remember correctly. Ever. I think Kurt's basically the only guy to make Cena tap, and probably the only guy to make Undertaker tap as well. That was a hell of a bump that Big Show just took. Like, fair play. To go that way over the top rope and just bounce off the apron on the way down. This here, look at this. Oh, right on his shoulder. Oh, Cena has a choice now. Has had a choice for the next, like, 20 years. Eddie chants already. Match hasn't even started. Entrances haven't even started. Nice. Hell yeah. Again, don't remember the match a whole lot. Remember the finish and the shenanigans and the result. Don't remember the match a whole lot, but expecting good things from this. They did another Royal Rumble on SmackDown. Wow. Way to devalue the Rumble. Wow. The trust. That was a cool finish, actually. I'm not being funny, but why is that Brock Lesnar's line? Oh, good one. Got him. Like the low blow wasn't enough. Use the chain as well. Love Eddie Guerrero. Love him so much, man. One of the biggest losses wrestling ever had was when Eddie died, I think. Can't unnotice the fact that it was all in Comic Sans now. By the way, just like, I should have done this at the start, but just like yesterday, I didn't talk a whole lot about the current day lawsuit stuff in yesterday's video, even though the show was main evented by someone who we just won't give any thought to today. Same here. I'm here to enjoy a classic wrestling pay-per-view and enjoy what's probably a really good wrestling match. Don't want to just spend the whole time talking about that stuff. Like, I think it's awful and have no reason to disbelieve it, so I do tend to believe it to be true. But with that said, hopefully the consequences will be delivered by someone other than me, a YouTuber, calling someone names on a YouTube video. You know, like, I just want to make my stance clear. I don't support anyone involved. I assume it all to be true. I'm not making a video about my thoughts on that. I'm making a video about my thoughts on this pay-per-view from 20 years ago. And I don't want to take away from Eddie Guerrero's moment either. So, now with that covered, here comes Eddie in a lowrider. Still got Chavo mentioned in the music. Did he ever take that line out? Not really. It's just a nickname for the same guy. Big Eddie chance. We love it. We love it. Yeah, wow, this is his first ever main event title match. Wow. That's wild, honestly. Had he ever even challenged for the WWE title before? Or world title? I don't think he had. Or the WCW world title. Let's get high, Holmes. Oof. Oh. Big back body drop. The casualness with which Brock Lesnar can fling a very large man around a wrestling ring is always astounding. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me again. Look at this. Oh my god. Whoa. Crazy explosive strength of Lesnar. Like, Eddie Guerrero is quite a heavy man at this point. Like, he is stacked. He has a lot of muscle built up. Like, you know, he is no small man. And Lesnar just throws him around like he's like a cuddly toy. Oh my god. That's not very nice, Taz. Referees have such short memories. Like, oh yeah, I was up to 5. Oh, I have to speak to the wrestler for a second. I best start the count again. I can't remember what I was up to. Which is ironic because I said 5, but I actually don't know what the referee was up to. But that wasn't my job to know what the count the referee's up to. When there's a guy outside the ring, the referee essentially has one job, which is to count. And they lose count too easily. Got him. Smiling at the referee. He knows what he did. I love Eddie Grove for the little details like that. Like, he knows he's breaking the rules, he smiles at the referee, and then continues to do so, knowing that he can't be disqualified for it. It's not that bad of a rule break. Oh, wonder where Ryback got the idea from. That was just outright a shell shocked, just with a bit more delay. Whoa! Speedy Gonzalez, the referee over here. That was a quick count. Yeah. Blows my mind that in wrestling, someone gets out of this. Like, because in real life, a man the size of Brock Lesnar on you like this, you never get out of it. Even if he doesn't know how to apply a choke properly, you still just can't get him off you. And eventually he'll adjust and figure it out. No, he went to the thigh, didn't he? Wasn't he elbowing him in the leg there to break the leg grapevine? Oh, my goodness. Oh, here we go. Oh! The timing was off and Lesnar just brute forced Guerrero over. That was crazy. Yeah, he barely had a grip on him. Yeah, he is. You think Eddie's in trouble? What gave you that impression? Marty Jannetty fan, and then a guy pointing at and then an arrow pointing at the cameraman. It's an interesting sign. Oh my god. Like, genuinely impressive for Lesnar to just do that. Like, A, impressive that he was willing to take that bump, but B, he just essentially jumped over the top rope. Like, I have no doubt by how that went down that he could have just clean jumped over the top rope had he chosen to. Look at that, he was basically over it. He, like, intentionally caught his leg to make it look more dramatic, but he was basically over the top rope. I know the ring is slightly sprung. That's still crazy for a guy that size. Absolute freak in terms of, like, physical abilities and attributes. Going to the knee. Excuse me. That was a massive yawn. Oh, she's going again. No, she's not. She's just gone off the right of the screen. I don't think the yawn was any sort of review of the match. Put it that way. It's been a good match. As I would have expected. Going to the knee. STF. That was really fun because it looked like a genuine struggle between the two guys to apply the submission. Like, not everything has to look super fluid if it just looks good as a struggle. Back to the knee. A poorly applied figure four because Lesnar didn't get the memo that that leg was supposed to bend. Or again, maybe it was made to look like a real struggle. I'll be honest, I feel like they might have switched which knee Eddie's working on a couple of times. I've kind of lost track. Goldberg chants are starting. I mean, fans, no point in chanting for Goldberg yet. There's not been a ref bump. What's Goldberg going to do? Cost Eddie Guerrero the WWE title? Seems a bit rude. Doesn't have a problem with Eddie. Oof. There we go. That looks a bit more like a figure four. I do feel like it's the straight leg on the figure four that should be in pain, though. Because I feel like the leg that's bent is just bent across at an angle that's natural enough. What's actually applying the pressure in a figure four is the ankle that's across the knee. you then push the bottom half of that straight leg up, and you're trying to kind of hyperextend the knee. That's always been in my headcanon what is supposed to be painful about a figure four. Let me know if I'm wrong. If that's what, like, but that's always been my headcanon, is it's the straight leg that's targeted by the figure four, not the bent one. Yep. Smart babyface. Who'd have thunk it? That dude with the mullet really approved of that. He got a proper golf clap going. Well, no, more enthusiastic than a golf clap, actually. Doing an STF on the other side. True. Can't argue with that. That is what it stands for. Oh, big spine buster. Wow, making comments about them having earthquakes. Rude. Oh, yeah, this was definitely more powerful than an actual earthquake, Michael Cole. Shut up. Like, I'm not being funny. People's lives get ruined in earthquakes. Like, even if no one dies in the earthquake, people's lives get ruined. Like, and he's being like, oh yeah, they used to earthquake say, but they're trivial compared with a slam by this big wrestler boy. And it's like, oh, shut up. I don't like stuff like that. Trivializing disasters. Like, you can exaggerate the amplitude of, like, how much damage someone is doing to another in a wrestling match without trivializing a natural disaster. Oh. This is like, ow! I feel like Lesnar just full on nutted that turnbuckle because the pain reaction seems so genuine. I mean, I know Lesnar's a really good seller, but like, it seems so genuine that it was like the delay and everything, like the real delay you get when you pause for a second, then realize just how much something just hurt. Is he bleeding from the nose? Yeah, I thought he might have genuinely hit it. Yeah, he's got a nosy bleed. He's got a boo-boo. Well, don't... No, that's not aged well, has it? Can we stop yelling die at Eddie Guerrero, please, Brock? I already don't like you very much anymore. Good. Just saying. Good. Like, I understand when someone's an overwhelming favourite, but you don't need to be burying the other person quite like that, in my opinion. Wow. Weren't Lesnar's shoulders down as well, there? Far be it from me to educate Brock Lesnar on amateur wrestling, but I'm pretty sure his shoulders were down as well there. He's probably just talking to Lesnar, planning out the next spot. We've got to be... I don't want to press the button on the remote to have a look how long's left, because I feel like that's spoilers. We've got to be, like, reaching the conclusion now, right? Like, this has been a good match, but it is starting to drag just a touch. I don't know if it's because I know I'm waiting for a certain moment. So waiting for it just feels a bit weighty. How wild would it have been if they'd have just given Eddie the clean win there? That'd have been even better than what ended up happening, in my opinion. Bosh. Here we go. Do you see everyone just looks at the entrance ramp and starts chanting Goldberg? Not saying it's predictable, but got that visual pin. 1, 2, 3. No one's even counting because everyone's just waiting for Goldberg at this point. Mullet Man's like, I don't know where Goldberg is. Guy was arrested. It's a good touch, this, actually, because it kind of more justifies Goldberg. Because, like, he didn't interfere the moment Lesnar had Eddie down. And ain't nobody mad about it now. Well, I mean, Taz, maybe, but he's a heel commentator. Here we go, the fans doing their part, finally. I have a feeling he kicks out here. I don't vividly remember. Yeah. Well, for a start, there was about 15 minutes between the spear and the pin. Oh, so the champ's allowed to use it as an illegal weapon, though. Okay, I understand. The power, the way he just picks the man up is ridiculous. Oh. Flings it out. Well, unsuccessful at the first time, but does fling it out eventually. Here we go. Frog splash, and he cheated. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Yeah, really fun match. There was a slight bit of drag, I feel like, just before they went to the go home sequence. Like, this could have been like maybe 2 or 3 minutes shorter and been more effective, but generally speaking, really good match. Good show overall. Like I say, suffered a bit from the old WWE. I'm going to say recipe because I can't think. Formula, that's the word I want. The old formula of starting, like, slow and building to that main event. But you end the show on the high, so I get that. But starting it off hot is definitely a good system that they have now as well. But look at that moment. We love this. Did anyone not like this moment? Like, can't relate if it's you. I can't relate. This was an amazing moment. But yeah, I think we're basically done here. Let me just check for timing. Yeah, there's like a minute and a half left. It's all going to be celebration. So I'm just going to start wrapping up here. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed. Oh, Mexican flag. Yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new here. Share with your friends if you think they would enjoy. And let me know in the comments what you thought of the show in general and this moment. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Ebeza. You've been amazing. And I'll see you next time.